G'day, ZiggyD here. Today, a relatively massive piece of news was published. A rumor that YouTube and Google are looking to take over Twitch, or to purchase Twitch, for the sum of $1 billion. So this is pretty big news. As a full-time YouTuber and streamer myself, this is a big deal for my future. This is something I need to think about, and I will naturally think a lot about. And it's probably a pretty big deal for you guys as well, the consumers of this media of YouTube and likely Twitch. Likely you watch both video game content on both Twitch and YouTube. So this is pretty huge if this does turn out to be true. Now, this is what we know. This is a rumor. It is posted on Variety. It was first posted on Variety website, and these guys are known for posting rumors that have good sources. So there's a good chance it is actually true. A very strong possibility it's actually true, and we're starting to get similar rumors posted from other websites. So it's possible there was some form of leak from within YouTube where someone said that, look, a deal has just been brokered. They went and told a bunch of different websites, possibly selling their story or whatever, who knows. But this sort of thing does happen, and these rumors can often turn out to be true. So this is what we know from that YouTube and Twitch have arrived at an agreement for the sale of Twitch to YouTube or to Google for the sum of $1 billion. That's what we know from the rumors. We know, you know. And the other thing that the rumor articles have also mentioned is that YouTube is preparing for some sort of review from US governing bodies. Now, in most countries, I know in Australia there's the ACCC, there's these governing bodies that review large takeovers and mergers to see whether they would form some sort of anti-competitive racket or a monopoly, if you will. And there's definitely the potential there. We have YouTube, the largest gaming video producer, and they also have the hand in live streaming now. And then Twitch TV, the largest live streaming. See, the word Twitch is synonymous with gaming live streaming. So these are two big things merging together. How can the little guy compete down here? So there's definitely that potential that this deal just gets knocked back completely and doesn't even happen. So that's my first thought there. There's a good likelihood that it actually gets knocked back. But if it goes through, what does it mean? I wanted to share some of my thoughts with you guys. A lot of people have been asking today on live stream, and I have had quite a bit of a ramble. So there's a lot of really crazy and interesting things that could happen with this. Firstly, I guess let's start with the Google Plus integration. This is the first thing I hear whenever someone talks about this. They're gonna be like, everyone's, posts comments like, please sign into Google Plus to post in the chat of this Twitch channel. And I reckon that there's almost no chance that there's going to be a forced Google Plus integration on Twitch if YouTube takes over, like there was on YouTube in the past. Google have already announced that they're moving away from forced Google Plus integration. They realized it was a mistake. There's been massive downsizing of the Google Plus team. Like, a lot of people have been shifted away from that team to something else. So if you see people getting into this whole thing like, oh, this is gonna mean forced Google Plus integration, kind of slap them down a little bit, because that's stupidity. It's probably not actually going to happen. But I'm sure there will be the option to combine your Google Plus account with Twitch. I'm sure that will be an option, but it won't be forced like it was on YouTube, so I wouldn't worry about any of that. Now, what it does mean is that Twitch is a startup company. They are still relatively small. I wouldn't be surprised if they're barely profitable. I mean, they there's a good number of views now, but compared to something like YouTube, it's basically a drop in the bucket in terms of ad revenue. I think the Twitch Turbo and subscriptions side of things have sort of boosted them up a fair bit. But these guys have infrastructure costs, pretty severe ones, managing all of these different live streaming services, and then video storage, like VOD storage of massive files. Very big overheads. So I wouldn't be surprised if Twitch isn't really that profitable, but it is the biggest gaming live streaming thing, and there is huge potential there. This sort of thing is only going up. People are getting more and more interested in gaming and more interested in gaming content. So I think it makes a lot of sense that, YouTube and Google want to get their hand into this. They want to take this. And it also makes a lot of sense that this sort of thing might happen, because for a long time now I've been wondering, why doesn't Google invest more into YouTube live streaming? Like, they've got this thing there. It could be competitive with Twitch, and I'm like, this would be cool if it was competitive with Twitch. Why aren't they putting more investment into it? And if they plan to buy out Twitch, if they've been thinking about that for a while, it makes a lot of sense why they haven't been investing in their live streaming. I think what might end up happening is that YouTube says YouTube live streaming is like Justin TV. Basically, if you want to stream non-gaming related stuff, if you want to live stream your political campaign speech, then YouTube live streaming is the place to be. But if you want to live stream gaming, come over here to YouTube Presents Twitch TV and do your live streaming there. So I think this all makes a lot of sense. It all comes in a nice little package for YouTube and for Google. So that's all pretty interesting. Now, more funding. Google has a lot of backing. They have a lot of access to different technologies. This is all good stuff for Twitch. I think there's a lot of good potential there for the services of Twitch to improve. I'd love to see things like better quality options for more people, you know, less video buffering, less issues like that, you know, and any other improvements that can be made to the service. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be improved, really. And, you know, building on what Twitch already has that is pretty good, like a pretty good chat system, a good community, like the biggest community in the end, and a pretty good streaming infrastructure and technology as well. And then building up and improving those things with money, and then that's a good thing. That's a good thing for most people. Now, it's also potentially a good thing, and on the pros column again, for people like myself who are trying to earn a living Twitch streaming and YouTubing and things like that. The integration means that Google will bring across their ad program, which is much better than Twitch's carpet bombing style ad program. Google has targeted ads and they earn a lot more and they're a lot better. They're generally things people are interested in instead of just random ads like Twitch is serving a lot of the time now. Random really bad ads at times as well. So that's a good potential. It means that the ads will be better, partners will be earning more, hopefully, and everyone's maybe 10 or 15% more people than currently are able to earn a living Twitch streaming. And that's awesome. I would love to see that. So that's a potential positive there. It also means that there'll be better crossover, I think. So it'd be nice if when you guys are watching on YouTube, you know, watching random videos on YouTube, you see a little thing on your dashboard there, ZiggyD is live streaming this game, and you're like, hey, I'll go check that out. That would be fantastic. I would love to see some stuff like that. So that's all pretty good. However, the negative of this, like the financially side of things, on the growth side of things, is that before I started on Twitch, all of my paycheck came from Google. Like everything I did on YouTube, my paycheck came from Google. Now, when I started on Twitch TV, I started getting a second paycheck. It's much smaller, but I started getting a second paycheck that was from Twitch. So if for some reason Google decided to stop paying me one day, and that sort of thing can happen, and then at least I've got this Twitch thing to rely on, and vice versa. Now, the merging of these two things mean that both my paychecks become the one paycheck again from the one company, and again I'm back to relying on Google. And that sort of thing frightens me dearly, because I have nightmares about one day waking up and Google has decided to crush my dreams and to stop paying me. And it probably never happen, but there's something to be said for diversification and having all your eggs in one basket and all that jazz. So I'd love to see more diversification on my end, and if they merge, then maybe I'll have to investigate some other options that I can, you know, try and do just in case, just as a backup plan, just in case. So that sort of thing makes me a little bit nervous, the lack of diversification there, and the idea of that monopoly and the lack of competition they'd have is a little bit scary, and the lack of competition is a real thing. If you see something like Azubu, probably the following, the second biggest streaming for games at the moment, and Azubu has its own host of problems. But how is that going to be able to compete with, you know, Twitch TV backed by Google? It's not likely. So yeah, that sort of thing frightens me a little bit. Now, I think overall though, the biggest shakeup for Twitch TV, if this goes through, is going to be music. Now, you guys probably know that I don't play music on my stream. For a long time I've said I won't play copyrighted music on my stream because it's illegal. What? I know, but everyone does it. Everyone does it, but it's illegal. They do it and it is illegal. It is illegal. It's just been a legal grey area. No one's really pursued it, and it just kind of hasn't happened yet. But YouTube has already got this implemented content ID system that prevents people from posting copyrighted music on their videos, and that's why you don't see random pop music in people's videos, on monetized videos, people who earn a living, people who are serious about this. You won't see music in their videos unless they've purchased or gotten permission to the rights for that song. So that means that there's a lot of people on Twitch who are currently relying on music to be, you know, as a part of their stream. People, you know, go to this stream and they expect to hear good music. Those people probably won't be able to do that. The content ID system from YouTube is very likely to go over to Twitch. I don't see why it wouldn't. And Google like to be very, you know, friendly to the copyright holders, and with good reason. You know, copyright is very important. It needs protecting. So this won't be much of a shake-up for me. I mean, I haven't been streaming music at all, but there are a lot of streamers out there who have been streaming a lot of music, and it's going to be very interesting to see if there's some sort of content ID apocalypse happening on Twitch when this merger happens. Is this necessarily a bad thing? It may detriment a lot of people's streaming experience, and I don't want to see people lose their careers because they've been streaming music. I hope there's a nice, smooth transition period over where people adapt. They either purchase rights to music they want to stream on their live streams, or they just stop streaming music and maybe become less popular, because if that was a big part of their service. But I hope it goes smoothly and nicely. But it is going to be a huge shake-up. There's so many people that stream music, copyrighted music on their streams at the moment. So that's going to be super interesting to see what happens there. I think that's most of the pros and cons that I can think of at the moment. I think there's a lot of potential for good out of this deal, but it is also something that frightens me a little bit, because would be the forming of a very big monopoly. But perhaps it's exactly what Twitch needs to become a very good gaming and streaming service, and that sort of thing does excite me a bit. But I think I'll be okay, guys. Don't worry about me. I'm sure many streamers and many Twitch and many YouTubers and stuff like that in the gaming realm are going to be fine for this. We're not going to lose our jobs or anything like that. But it's still something that I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on naturally, and something you guys should probably keep a close eye on as well to see what actually happens. But please do share your thoughts with me. What do you think about this merger? Do you think it's going to be terrible? Do you think it's going to be good? What do you think? This is something I'm especially interested in. What do you guys think about people that are currently relying on music a lot on Twitch? Do you think these people are going to be able to adapt? You know, who do you think might not be able to adapt? Do you think what sort of shakeup is going to happen there? I'm very curious to hear what you guys think about that, especially because I think that's going to be one of the biggest things, is like the death of music on Twitch live streams, kind of. The death of music. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.